Hello, my name is Vanessa Ajiman. I am the founder and creative director of Copperdas. Welcome to our YouTube channel, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the best interior design ideas for your living room. As we hit the spring months, you really want to just introduce a nice refresh and reset to the space, just so you can feel more aligned with the season. So let's get into it. About is zoning off areas. Now more than ever since the pandemic, we are utilizing our living space so much harder. It's having to work twice as hard to fulfill all our needs. So when I say zoning off spaces, you might have a work from home office in your living room. You've got the actual living room, you have your dinner there. It kind of goes through all the phases of your day, can sometimes be in that one space. So it's really important to think about, how can I section off different spaces so when I'm in that space, I know what I'm in for, but I still want it to feel cohesive. So one of the things you can do, which I love, which is such a simple touch, is by using rugs. So for example, in your living area, you can introduce a nice, large, oversized rug. Now that will naturally create its own zone. And then for your workstation, you can maybe introduce a slightly smaller rug, so you stepped into a different area. So what's nice about rugs, it's a really nice way to make a change in the space without breaking the bank, so that's always a good touch. You can also use your furniture to break off the different spaces in your home. So for example, L-shaped sofas are great for this, dining tables can be great for this, and even non-permanent dividers are a great way for this. I actually have one in my home. I've got this curtain here which breaks off into my bedroom area, which I love. It brings height, it's not too permanent, and it still allows natural light. The other way you can introduce is through the use of colour. Now this is more of a permanent fixture. It doesn't have to be anything too wild. It can be an accent of colour. Maybe for the dining area or that particular wall, you want to introduce colours just to signify that you're in a different space. But doing all these subtle things is a great way to add a refresh into that area. Now, the second thing I really want to talk about is bringing the outdoors inside. It's always great to have that connection with nature and the outdoors. It brings a sense of tranquility, it makes the space feel calm, and there's so many different ways you can do that now. The main way and the most obvious way I'm going to talk about is indoor plants. Introducing a couple of plants, maybe in the corridor, leading up to your bedroom, within the living room, is a perfect way to just add that connection between the outdoors. So this could be nice leafy plants which introduce a sense of escapism, or you could have low maintenance plants such as succulents dotted around the living area. Is a great way to maintain that connection. Or it doesn't even necessarily have to be a plant. It could be, for what I've gone for personally, which is a bold botanical print which still has the connection with that outdoors. So when I think of outdoors, it could be wallpaper, it could be art. Just having that connection will bring a sense of calm into your living room area. As a lover of lighting, you guys will know I am an expert on deciding how to bring the best lighting into your space, and I'm so glad to tell you lighting has finally taken its rightful place, as it should be, in transforming the space. Now, what do I mean by that? So there's been a massive insurgence of wall lights or scones. So what that does, it introduces little clusters of light in your space. So, because sometimes when you have one main light, it might just change the whole mood and feeling of the space. Whereas if you have a wall light, that is just a subtle change. There can even be stylish table lamps. I've seen beautiful oversized lamps. They work both as a stylish piece and they add additional lighting. So it's really about increasing different statements of lighting. So you could have a statement pendant light, you could have a smaller stylish table lamp or floor lamp. And these are different ways you can use to zone off your living area, as well as bringing style into your living room. Another trend we've seen in 2022 is the use of grounding colours. Naturally, with everything going on in the world, people are yearning for security, they're yearning for comfort, they're yearning for warmth. So you'll see lots of blends of neutral colour palettes, sort of gentle beige, warm biscuit browns, taupes. These are comforting colours, and you can create a classic contemporary style with that. Or if you're a lover of colour, you can use that as your background colour and then use your soft furnishings such as your throw rugs and cushions to inject colour. And what I love about grounding colours, it is a colour palette that can more or less go with anything. It's almost like your background noise, and it is great for living spaces. It is great in the living area. It just brings so much calmness to the space, which is always beautiful. And what you'll find is you get natural materials that naturally complement that, so such as jute, rattan, raffia, oatmeal. These are all materials that naturally blend well with a grounding colour palette. Number 5, now if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous and you want to inject your personality, this is the style trend for you. This is when you mix and match your patterns. So it's the idea of carefully selecting different patterns and textures that work well together. So you could have a geometric pattern that has greens and yellows and mustard, and then you compare that with a complementary tone, let's say such as a warm burnt terracotta, which is a more muted pattern, and compare them together. What I love about this is that it is showing your personality, it's bringing an injection of colour. Just carefully look at the patterns and slowly, whether it's a picture on your phone, whether it's a cutout, put them together and see, do I love this? Ooh, does this work in my space? And you'll naturally find the patterns that you're drawn to and the colour palette that you're drawn to bring this all together and create this gorgeous eclectic decor. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. You can find us on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok at CopperDustLDN, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.